Teranga of Kenya also going through.
Fourth heat, Bangura of Sierra Leone is in lane 6, and then the defending champion, Andrew was talking about what happened in the Gold Coast 4 years ago. Jereme Richards ended up with the gold medal after having been impeded by Zarnell Hughes, and he's had a very good return to form since then. He's had a bit an indifferent 2-3 years, but very, very good. 2022 Richards is the world indoor champion at 400 meters. So Hazel inside him from St Kitts and Nevis, and then Matsenjwa from Eswatini. That personal best set last year. He had a cracking 2021. Not so good this year, although signs at the World Championships of a return to form. So let's watch him. Sengenjo from Gambia on the inside in lane 2. So top 2 to go through. It should really be Richards. It should be a stroll for him. Matsenjwa in lane 3. Got a chance there. You can see the qualification still 21.96. That's not very quick at all. We'll get you through, but these heats not really sorting out the main contenders. The semi-finals will a little more. So the defending champion, Jereme Richards of Trinidad and Tobago, in lane 5. Nicely out, Richards got a very good start. Hazel not too bad inside him as well, and then Matsenjwa in lane 3 also ran a good bend here, and the two of them just going to come ahead a metre or so ahead of the field and then just extend that lead. Richards has a little look across to say, do you want to race me? Not really. 20.68, again that wind helping down the home straight, but very comfortable indeed. It's been he's having a great year, and it's been a tough year. His very good friend Dion Lendor, who's one of Trinidad and Tobago's great athletes, was at the Commonwealth Games in the relay team for them 4 years ago, sadly killed in a car crash in January, and he's talked a lot about how his performances are being fueled a little bit by that this year, Andrew, and 6th at the World Champs. He'll be hoping he can retain this title.
Yes, and he looks so easy. As a contrast to Zarnell Hughes' race, who ran 20.3, but he was running pretty hard, Zarnell Hughes. Again, he was fueled by that crowd, and you could almost feel the adrenaline coursing through the veins of Hughes, whereas Richards was looking round from the bend, and he's got a lovely running action. He's not a hugely muscular runner. He's balanced. He's just floats over the track, and he was jogging his way home, but it was a pretty easy 20.6 or thereabouts. So I think that was equally impressive.
Yep, very good. Matsenjwa, the expected second place ahead of the others. Warren Hazel, pretty good performance there at the moment. That will have him as one of the qualifiers as well.
Well, here's the leader of the decathlon after the first event, the 100 meters in the long jump, third round for the Grenadian. 7 meters 46 already on the board. He normally loses ground to the field in these first 2 events because he's a very good shot, javelin and discus. The throws very much his strength, but no such luck for his opposition here, because he put in a really fast 100 meters, and his long jump's going pretty well here too. It looks as though he's improved in this third attempt. Good following wind on all jumps. Victor, 7.46, the season's best. Super start to his decathlon. Kendrick Thompson then. Thompson ran 11.18 in that 100 meters. And around 7.5 meters, a similar kind of distance as we saw Linda Victor, the Bahamian. Opened with 7.03, backed it up with 6.97, so this will improve. It's a valid jump with space to spare. Has salvaged his second event of this decathlon. Nice effort this for Thompson. It's 7 meters 43. He'll find out soon. He'll be pleased with this. Taking his time to come on his scoreboard. Yeah, good jump. Pressure jump, just 3 efforts, and his work's done. So there's the result of the long jump. Alec Diamond ahead of his teammate Cedric Double. Linda Victor, though, led that first event, the 100 metres, and be interested to see how that equates to the overall scores. So after 2 events, it is Cedric Double has gone. Well, he hasn't gone ahead. He's gone equal to Linda Victor, 1,840 points apiece. It's going to be a tussle between those two, as we said earlier, and it couldn't be any closer after 2. Shot put starts in around 10 minutes or so. They'll whittle across to the infield, and 3 throws in the shot put. Adesina of Nigeria, 1m81, which likely to be enough to qualify for the final. Unusual run-up that for the Nigerian, but got her foot underneath herself and managed to clear 181 with some daylight, I'd say, as well. Good arm work. Really used the double arm drive there to pop up, and nice clearance, that. Perfect card. Rose Yeboah of Ghana, 20 years of age. First Commonwealth Games, third time clearance for her. Delighted for the youngster to get that the 3rd attempt. Good pressure jump, 1m81, a season's best to get through to Saturday's final. Super jump.
So again, I never cease to be amazed by the crowds that'll come in for morning sessions in the UK in particular. It only happens in very, very few countries. But once again, a huge crowd in Scottish rugby jersey in as well. So, and a huge number of youngsters in as well. Cheaper tickets for the children. So enjoying the athletics or enjoying lunch or whatever is in front of them. Oh, now we have disqualification. It does happen in the 200, but that's the Samoan from Heat 4, who is clearly not just on the line, but he was over it for a while. So, and disqualified. Didn't affect the qualifiers, but anyway, it really can happen in the 200 meters as they come around the bend. We've got a non-starter in this one from Nauru. Jiri Agege doesn't start, but really we're looking for Kyle Greo, the experienced Trinidadian, and also Joseph Amoa of Ghana. Singapore with a big team at this Commonwealth Games in athletics, and Xander Ho, a 22-year-old, goes on the outside here in the 5th of 8 heats in the 200 meters. St. Lucia with representation from Lennon-Kish Leonce. And Jonathan Dende for Papua New Guinea. So there's Kyle Greo. Well, we've seen Jareem Richards looking very good in the previous heat. Kyle Greo, I suppose he's just getting on a little bit more now, 34, but a man who did go below 20 seconds a few years ago. Esbon Ochieng of Kenya goes in lane 5 with Farooq Mponda of Malawi. You know, we see so many youngsters in the Commonwealth Games. It's their first real experience of major championships. And there's Joseph Amoa in his 2nd Commonwealth Games. And again, a man who's gone close to 20 seconds, a little bit off that this season, 20.4 his best. There's so many youngsters, and as Steve was mentioning, the World Under-20 Championships taking place in Colombia at the moment. In fact, the final of the 200 is tonight. Letsile Tebogo, outstanding talent. He's only just turned 19, Botswana, and he could have been here, but the World Under-20 Championships is a big, big deal as well. And so he's chosen to compete there. That is a name that you may well hear more and more and more of, Letsile Tebogo. Here we're looking out for Kyle Greo of Trinidad and Tobago in lane 6, Joseph Amoa of Ghana in lane 3. They're the two expected to go through automatically.
Set.
cleanly away. And already moving well is Ocheng of Kenya. Keep an eye on him as well. And on the outside, Leonce of St. Lucia is moving nicely, but Amoa on the inside. And now Grail starts to move, and Ocheng of Kenya is really fading badly. Joseph Amoa coming through to take it, and it will be Cal Grail in second place. 20.57, good run, and the wind had dropped just a fraction to a legal mark. And that was pretty good. Joseph Amoa is one of the more experienced athletes out there, and just ran a nice bend and then brought it home in a very controlled fashion. You saw that Ocheng of Kenya had gone blasting out, but he really went backwards in the home straight.
Yeah, nice run from Amoa. All of the main contenders have negotiated this fairly straightforwardly. Will get good draws, with the exception of was Enrique, wasn't it, who we might think might be injured. But when you looked at the best times coming into this 200 meters at the Commonwealth Games, Amoa was right up there, so he would have expected to qualify easily. Cal Grow with that late surge down the home straight, getting through as well. One more heat to come.
So Amoa going through with Cal Grow. Both automatically 21.22 for Leonce. That is quick enough at the moment. Ocheng as well. We've got how many heats to go? 3 to go, I think.
Right, thank you, Andrew. Back to the athletics shortly, but let's bring you right up to the
on the comparison as well. Let's get back to the track now, though. Back to the stadium and to Steve Graham and Andrew Carter.
Well, we just had a huge roar as Adam Jamili was introduced to the crowd. He's going in lane 7 in this final heat of the 200 meters, and Adam will be hoping to try and please everybody, including himself. Really has been completely out of sorts this year, and he said he's been dealing with all sorts of issues which were documented at the World Championships. As we just go through the other athletes here, Lifa Bunting Galton of Jamaica right on the inside, the 24-year-old. Joe Chadwick also goes for Guernsey in this, in lane 6, the 20-year-old. Right on the outside we'll have Julius Morris from Montserrat. And Morris said that in his day he was very, very good, but he hasn't hardly raced at all in the last 3-4 years. In fact, his race in the 100 meters is only one of the champs. Sorry, only one of the year. So Adam Jamili looking for a confidence booster, a way back here. Former Commonwealth medalist. Top 2 to go through. Final heat. Morris outside him from Montserrat. Galton all the way on the inside for Jamaica into
set.
Jamili getting off to a reasonable start and already running down Morris. Very good bend as ever from Adam Jamili. Galton right on the inside with Bunton and Lipa close, but Adam Jamili's got to last this out now. And this is where he's been struggling a little bit with his 200-meter running, but he's doing it much better today. Can look across, 20.92. Well, that'll help. That'll give him a bit of confidence. Might get a bit of belief going for Adam Jamili. He's loved having the attention of the crowd here this morning. All of the home country athletes have had a brilliant reception, and Jamili no different. One of the more well-known names, of course, in the England team. But it has been a difficult period, and you know, he's talked about his coaching setup and got himself into a little bit of a pickle with the media, I think, at the World Championships as well.
Yeah, I mean, he wears his emotions quite visibly, and I think if he's in a good place mentally, I mean, well, there's an example of the psychology of sport. If he's in a good place mentally, then he will run better. But yeah, he's great up to 100 meters there, and just laboring slightly over the last 20-30 meters, but he needs to have the confidence. He needs to be in a happy place. As I mentioned, you know, even getting dropped from the 4x1 going into the final in the World Championships, you know, it was not a good time for him in Oregon, but this is perhaps where he can re-find himself.
Yeah, and he still has that ability to run that very good bend, but you can see here it's this part of the race where he's just looking a little bit tight, and you know, he does ease back a little bit towards the end, but when it comes to the semi-final, we've seen people looking very comfortable at 20.3, 20.4, and he's got to be able to rediscover that, really. He doesn't want to be kind of fighting it down the home straight, just needs to try and stay a little bit more relaxed if he can. But that's it, first one out of the way. Never too easy in the first round. I might have misled everybody. There is one more heat to come. But the official result there, 20.92 for Adam Jamili. Goldson did just get the nod from Bunting right on the inside. The Jamaican going through as well. A couple of PBs and season's best behind them all. Adam is now with Jeanette.
Thank you very much. Adam is here with me. Automatic qualification off the back of what was a real tough time for you out in the States. And for you to be able to do this, get the crowd and the track under your feet, it must feel really good.
Yeah, I'm happy to come out here. It was quite an early start today, so I think everyone just wanted to qualify safely, try and save as much energy as possible, which I felt like I was trying to do. So, yeah, made the next round. It's just Champs Run is simple. Run 3 races, you win them, victory. So I'm taking it race by race, and I'm into the semis tomorrow. So.
Is that the approach that's working best for you now, Adam? Because you're experienced at this level, aren't you now? And you know how it works, you know how it goes. How much of the mindset has to change for you to be able to perform on the track at these championships?
That's where it all comes from, experience. Regardless of how fit you are, the form you're in, illnesses, whatever, outside distractions, it has to come back to experience. And for me, I've done this plenty of times, so I had to tap into that, and yeah, it was enough to get me through, so I'm happy.
Just very quickly, 10 years ago, London 2012, you were so young, you were there on the track in London, and to be in front of that home crowd, and then this, the noise and the atmosphere must really spur and drive you on.
It's ridiculous. It's a morning session, and we've got a full stadium full of fans. It's like, why are we not having more events in the UK? It's outrageous. So, no, it was so humbling, the reception I got. I said it did rival very close to what they gave me in 2012. So, yeah, I can't complain.
Well done. We'll see you in the semi-final.
Cheers, guys.
We have another